King 8 for Paiva. And he will call. Sechi calls as well with Jack 7 in the small. Livshits can see a free flop with 10 deuce. And he will check his option. I think this is the first three-way post-flop action we've had today. 8, 8, 7 trips for Paiva. Sechi has paired his 7. How awesome to have 92% of the equity three ways. Gets checked around, and we get a jack on the turn. Sechi now with a better 2-pair, but still losing to Paiva's trips. Livshits picks up a gut shot. Remember, this was unraised pre. Everyone checked the flop. It's been checked to Livshits on the turn, and the chip leader is betting. 225,000 into 400,000. Paiva is going to raise. That's 875k total. And I'm guessing if Sechi calls here with a jack, Livshits will be tempted to call as well.
This raise just looks so strong, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, he could have some single heart hands, you know, that he might elect to play this way as opposed to just calling and kind of being and hoping that he hits to win the pot. Or just wants to put some pressure. It's the big blind betting. The big blind could have a hand as like Jack Deuce offsuit, for instance, or bet a 7 for some protection, or exactly the hand he has. Wow.
That is another raise.
Oh, wow. More than 2 million from Sechi. Well, that will get rid of Livshits. Action now back on Paiva, who is a 95% favorite to win this pot with trip 8s.
Sechi's pretty much saying, if you had a flush draw, I think you would bet it on the turn. So I don't think you have a flush. I block jacks, I block 7s. So good luck with that.
You mean he would have bet the flush draw on the flop?
Yes, yes. So Paiva would have bet the flush draw on the flop, trying to take an easy pot down. And this is not for value. He's not doing this because he thinks, oh, cool, I have a jack, I'm going to raise because top pair is good.
Yeah.
He's pretty much saying, like, I don't know exactly what you have, but I have very important cards that are very particular to this board.
I like that. I have very important cards.
Paiva calls. And we are going heads up to the river, and there's nearly 5 million in the middle. Paiva, the effective stack here with 3.8 million behind.
So pretty much what Sechi is saying here, I have 8-7 or Jack 8.
The river is an ace.
Because it's very hard for him to have jacks from the small blind just completing. And he could have some 7s. But there's a chance he would raise that also pre-flop since he has a bigger stack than Paiva.
And how great is it being in position here?
Yeah. If he pulls this trigger, I'm going to go outside and hug him.
Because he's about to lose a massive pot?
No, because this would be one of the most technical bluffs pulled off in the entire tournament. Oh, God, I love this. This man is such a, just... What a gangster.
Sechi shoves on Paiva. It's all into call. Yes, he has the best hand.
He might be a gangster, but I think he's going to end up like Sonny at the toll booth.
It's not an easy call, though, right?
No. I mean, you have trips on a board where there's a straight possible. Somebody could easily have a better full house. Easily could have a full house. They could have a flush. And on top of that, their range is incredibly wide. They have an incredibly big range of hands because they're in the small blind and they only had to pay 1/2 a blind to see the flop.
Is a flush going to play it like this?
Could. I would think the most likely scenario here for sure is a full house. you're right in that, you know, if he has king 10 of hearts, wouldn't he really just also raise pre-flop? You know, like ace something of hearts would also just made it 5 big blinds pre-flop.
So like the most likely full house in the big blind. Oh my goodness!
This?
Lex, you were right, buddy. Holy.
9-7 with a heart.
He shows
Oh, man.
the
Yeah.
bluff, and Paiva will be sick to his stomach.
Get him a bucket.
Rebet?
Yeah.
It's a 3-bet.
Isn't that what you meant by elevate?
Oh, I thought
Elevate.
Extra elevated.
this is kind of wild hand to choose. Wow. Oh, I'm excited now. I'm excited. Wow.
You're excited. Look at Griff's nipples.
Not,
No, I mean it's cold in here. They've been like that.
I mean, they've been like that ever since Sam walked in.
Jack, Trey, Deuce. So an up and down draw for Regari.
What a dreamy flop.
Yeah, that's not bad, right? If you're gonna muck about, this is where you want to be.
And this is just a little bit contentious now. You know, a lot of money in the middle, 134K. And Mulder with the backdoor flush draw, just a little bit wrapped around the jack. And could be check raise time. I mean, all options are open here for
Oh, those are big chips.
boy Tian.
Those are 25K chips.
Yeah, just sometimes you want to take these hands that aren't exciting calls and go on the front foot. And yeah, Regari not going anywhere. So this is just out of nowhere, a seemingly innocuous blind on blind spot, turning into a very big pot now.
My goodness.
And a spade, a 10, a spade. I mean, a spade would be spicy. I mean, let's see. That might be enough for Mulder. Of course, turned a gut shot with the Queen 8, but also a card which, you know, not only does 10s get there, but Ace King and Ace Queen also pick up a gut shot. You know, if we start betting the turn, are we just committing to going 3 streets? Also, the SPR a little bit weird now, 404K.
But reaching for chips. Spirit of the horse.
I mean, he doesn't slow down, by the way.
Yeah, you are in the deep waters with one of the best in the world right now. Finding yourself with just 5 going to the river.
Oh,
What? An SPR of about 60%.
A huge pot. This pot is bigger than almost everyone chip stacks at the table, and Regari drills the straight on the river. Disguised hand, is that still? Yeah, a term. Mulder shoves, and Regari makes the call. Is gonna show the straight and is gonna get a full double through to and Mulder. 1.1 million chip pot, and Regari now on 143 bigs.
this was a bit of a car crash of a hand. I mean, here we go, though. 10-9, we're in.
Not quite the Grafton. It is
Not
not
quite.
of the same suit. This, however, is the Spraggy. Ace-7 offsuit. And in an unraised pot, we go to the flop, which is Jack-7-3 with 2 hearts.
8. 3-bet 800.
And obviously we can see that 10-9 matches up decently well against a 7. 2 overs and the gut shot. Also a heart that we know is redundant, but is a little bit of backup. And
He's
there.
always, say it, it's always coming 7.
Yeah, and interesting to see what Glovely does. I do believe that in a lot of situations, the 7 with the ace doesn't lead because the ace blocks the check back range, but we'll see what Glovely reckons. And leads out again. Bluff's very, very close decision. And you can see Cortelat's,
3 raise.
he's
4
going
Wow.
for a raise.
What?
Out of nowhere.
4 million.
Turning up the heat. feeling like the hand is a little too weak to call and therefore turning it into a bluff. And what does Glovney do now? Of course, if you feel like your opponent does just have a 7 and doesn't have enough bluffs, you would just pile it in now. But calling, of course, will keep the bluffs in, and they'll bet a 7 in all likelihood themselves on most ravelers. This is a real decision from Glovney. Very unclear how you should proceed against this opponent with the trips, but this is a very, very big pot with 91% equity for Glovney.
And he has called the raise. This hand going to the river with 10.8 million in the middle.
And quite an outrageous size by Cortellazzo. Over 4x the lead here. I don't really like it.
Big river incoming. Bricks off. Glovney's hand actually diminishes a little bit. Would now chop with a 7, which is very unfortunate for him. You know, if Cortellazzi had the king 7, it would now be a chop. Obviously, that isn't the case. Does Cortellazzi continue? Does he try and bluff a jack? Is there some heart draws, king high heart draws, which he can force to fold? What would the sizing be? Cortellazzi. Yeah, pondering.
3-bet, 4 million.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Another 4 million.
Can't resist betting again. Hoping to fold out a jack on this river. Human moment there, dropping the mask. Is deciding with the ace not playing whether to check raise all in, or does he only get called by chops? Is there a chance he's up against jack 7, jacks full, quad 3s? Can he get called by worse? Can he fold out a chop? No, probably not. Real moment of pondering from Glovney. I do believe he will check raise all in, but it's actually with the 7s all being a split pot, he's unsure how to proceed against what has been a very solid opponent.
He does decide to move all in, and Cortellazzi may posture, but this is going to be a fold.
Yeah, and big swing.
Well, I can tell you that is the biggest pot of the day that is going in the direction of Grzegorz Glovney. Tremzin with 8-4.
Call.
Completes. Ensan checks his option. His hand, queen 5. And he's still ahead. Bottom pair now. Action goes check, check. Deuce on the turn, doesn't change anything. Tremzin has picked up a gut shot, and he bets it, 400k.
It's the most passive pot we've seen them play so far.
Ensan calls.
Nice try, Gleb. Now give up.
6 on the river, so Ensan still has the best hand. And he's going to bet it. 400k.
Gleb's raise of a super small river bet got a fold before. Pretty good reason to think it might work again.
There's the bluff from Tremzin, 2.3 million.
It doesn't look like it's going to work.
Ensan re-raises.
Good call.
You call?
Yeah.
You win. I'm just 5. 5.
Yeah, good call.
I think there's some confusion here. I think Gleb thought Ensan was calling.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I win.
Yeah.
Yes, I win. 4,6.
4-6.
I said good call.
Call. You call.
No, I said good call.
I call. I raise. Hey man,
But I
you
didn't
call.
say it.
I call. I call. I call. I say I call.
Floor?
Yeah, he bet 400.
Of course, I'm not calling. We say.
This is I raise. This is I raise.
You said raise. Like it's clear.
He didn't say raise.
Raise, my friend.
And you said call.
I said good call, not that I'm calling. How can I call with 8-4?
Well, this is awkward.
Let's go back to the tape and hear what Gleb said.
Good call.
Good call.
You win.
He thought Ensign was calling, and he praised him on his call.
Yeah, good call.
Okay, gentlemen. It's okay. I don't want more. It's okay. It's okay.
Of course I'm not calling.
No. I don't want more. Yeah. It's okay, man.
Yet another amazing display of sportsmanship.
Yeah, sorry,
it's okay.
sorry for that. It's my
okay.
mistake, but
Maybe poker is a sport.
But next time, please don't bluff.
yeah.
It's not good.
But you bluff also.
I have 5. It's don't flop. You have nothing.
Zhao with Jack 10 of clubs in the small blind. Raises to 250,000. Ace tray for Padraig O'Neill in the big blind. Makes the call. These two will go to the flop. 10-5 deuce. Top pair for Zhao. Wheel draw for O'Neill.
The real deal O'Neill wheel.
So Zhao, 31 big blinds behind, is the effective stack. Top pair, good kicker, backdoor clubs. Probably c-bets this most of the time. It's a 400K bet into 620. It's quite big.
I pushed those as well. Yeah.
400,000 apiece. Turn card is the 5 of spades, pairing the board. Zhao now an 86% favorite.
Zhao definitely going to be concerned that some 5x combos are in there. And obviously, final table dynamics might want to slow it down, do a little bit of pot control on the turn.
Zhao is not slowing down.
Yep, decides to continue. Also totally reasonable. We'll have the best hand plenty. Like I said, the 5 is a bit of a scare card, but also quite specific. Only 2 left in the deck. That will give O'Neill either trips and or potentially quads, although perhaps 5s played slightly differently pre-flop. We'll never know.
So 600,000 into a pot of 1.4 million.
What do you want, John?
O'Neill calls again. And an 8 on the river if O'Neill should choose to try and represent something. With the ace of spades in his hand, it could put Zhao in a tough spot. That being said, Zhao has not checked the river. He has bet.
Wow. Was not expecting 3 streets from this hand. Flop and turn maybe, but continues betting now. O'Neill, guys, let's not forget ace of spades in hand.
Yeah.
Can still represent the 5.
Do it.
This is actually a huge spot to just bang it in his face.
Not just a smidge, all of it.
This would be unbelievable techers from O'Neill. Can you imagine making this move on the final table? If he pulls the trigger here, I will be so unbelievably impressed.
All in?
Yes! Oh my God, unbelievable stuff from O'Neill.
This hand is not over yet.
Zhao does have the best hand. Top pair with the 5s on board. If he calls, wins a huge pot. If he folds, he'll leave himself with 16 big blinds.
Look, no matter what happens, this is an absolutely beautiful play. Put Zhao in such a tough spot.
We've seen Zhao putting his opponents in lots of tough spots over the last few days. And I think we've seen Zhao mostly make the big laydowns. Would you read into the checking of the cards again at all, Nick?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I've asked a couple, of our guests throughout the week about that. Very mixed messages about how frequently checking cards is actually a sort of reliable tell.
Because to me, it looked like he wanted to see if he had the ace of spades.
Some players would be checking to make sure they got 2 spades before they make a huge mistake on a
Sure,
final table.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's why it's a little bit
Or make sure
inconsistent.
that they have 5-6 offsuit.
Exactly. O'Neill, honestly, I don't care what happens. He's already won my heart. This is just stunning poker. Oh!
Folds the best hand.
Hell of a play.
Great move. from Padraig O'Neill, who's now playing 7.7 million, playing a 64 big blind stack. Zhao now the shorty with 16 bigs.
The real deal O'Neill.
Seriously, guys, that was the play of the tournament for me right there. And in such a high-pressure situation, he might be my new favorite player. Padraig O'Neill, unbelievable stuff.
Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe for more awesome poker content. And check out this video. The YouTube algorithm seems confident you'll like it.